Hey, I know it's a little after 2, but I just give everybody a chance to get their questions in and get this one to sleep and charge my phone. So, 3 people asked specific questions, and I'm sure a lot of you have the same questions that they do. So I'm just going to kind of hit on what they said and hopefully encourage you as we finish out January. And I really do want to encourage you to keep working hard and keep being consistent, because conference is coming and conference is huge, and they're going to have big life-changing announcements with bonuses. I don't know if they'll have any new products or anything else, but conference is always big, and it's always encouraging, and it always like lights a fire under me, even more than I already have. And I know they're going to announce bonuses, and I want everybody on this team to get those bonuses. And so I want to encourage you and support you and fight with you to make that happen. So the first question was, how do you keep your fire burning when your efforts seem to be hitting a brick wall? You just keep going. Let me tell you, and I've been doing this for almost 3 years now. February will be my 3-year anniversary, and I get way more no's than I get yeses. Trust me. And I've gotten some mean no's. Usually people are pretty nice when they say no, but I've gotten some mean no's. And it can get discouraging when you're sharing about something that you love and people are turning you down. But try to remember, and I'm still trying to learn this myself, not to take it personally. They're not saying no to you. They're saying no to something that they don't understand, that they've never experienced themselves. They're skeptical, or somebody else told them that it didn't work, so they listened to them. Or we've put ourselves in this box of what we think work has to look like, and what paying bills has to look like. And when people have dreams, that's kind of all they are, is dreams, and people don't actually go after their dreams. They dream of traveling and vacationing or whatever, but they know in the back of their head that it's not ever going to happen, so then they don't do anything about it. So really, you do have to know what your why is, and if your why doesn't make you cry, then it's not big enough. And at first, my why was that I would get to stay home and not do daycare, and thankfully, I don't have to do daycare anymore, and now my why has changed, and it's bigger and huger. I want to adopt 2 little boys from Ethiopia, or if God shows us a different place, then there. But that's a huge cost, so that's a huge why. But even beyond our family, traveling and taking vacation and paying off our mortgage and making memories and things like that, which are all good whys, my why is really you guys and other people who aren't on our team yet. But that need this, that need the financial freedom, that need the hope, or need the health, and sharing the products with them. It's really just to be a blessing to other people. And so that's what keeps me going, even when I get told no, or even when I don't see the results that I want right away. If my paycheck goes down, or you know, I lose a rank, or I don't reach a promotion that I wanted, or I don't finish the steps to success 1 month or something like that, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna throw in the towel. That's like having 1 flat tire and then slitting the other 3 just because you had 1 flat tire. So you just kind of have to, each day is a fresh new start, and each day you have to say, this is what I'm going to do today, and I'm going to make a difference today. And that kind of leads to, somebody asked, what's the minimum amount you should do each day? And that just kind of depends on where you're at in life. With 4 kids, my life might look a lot different than if I didn't have any kids, or if they were all in school or something like that. But you got to do what you can do where you're at. I think a minimum is posting on Facebook at least twice, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. Really, you should post 3 times, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once in the evening. And you should be messaging at least 5 people a day. Rachel Williamson shared about how if you're messaging like 5 people a day or something, then you've reached a certain number of people by the end of the year, and that increases, you know, your chances of signing more people. The more people you ask, the greater chances you have of people saying yes, because if you don't ask, the answer is always no. So I try to message at least 5 people a day, asking them specifically to be a loyal customer or to be a distributor on my team. And I'm really good about following up with people that I've already talked to. I'm not so good about asking new people. So I'm trying to branch out and have courage and message at least 1 new person each day. 1 person. 1 message to a person that you want to be on your team. That takes at least, 5 minutes or less. Everybody has 5 minutes. You can do that while you're pooping on the toilet. Seriously. Honest. You just use your time wisely. The other day I was sitting in the car rider line and I had 15 minutes. So I made a video and I messaged some people. Just kind of weave the work into your life. Some people do power hours, which I think are really good. And that's like an hour where they don't have any distractions and they have a specific list of what they're going to do. Okay, for 15 minutes, I'm going to just message people and check in with friends and just build relationships. For 15 minutes, I'm going to specifically message people asking them to be a customer. For 15 minutes, I am going to work on my charts and volumes and knowing where my team's at. And for the last 15 minutes, I am going to read a personal development book or something like that. Your power hour can be different every day, you know, change it up. That's the fun thing about this job is that each day is different, you know. So, I don't really know like a minimum that you should do, but, I would say for sure post on Facebook 3 times a day, and be messaging at least 5 people, as like following up and stuff like that, and at least 1 new person every single day. That would be my bare minimum. And if you're not going to do anything else, then at least pray. Pray for your business. Pray for God to bring people into your life who need this business, who need the products, and ask God to open those doors and to open your eyes to who those people need to be. I've been doing that lately, just asking God to help me know that one person I need to ask every day, and they have been random people that I never would have thought of. But I have a couple of girls thinking about it, and I have a couple girls who haven't answered my messages. I know they've read them, but haven't responded, so, you know, whatever. But I just really feel like God is answering those requests to show me who I need to ask, and who knows what will come of it. And also, I'm asking for God to help those people be ready to say yes, and ready to go on this adventure with us and start this journey, or ready to try the products and invest in themselves, and you know, be as healthy as they can be so they can be the best version of themselves that they can be. So I'm just asking for God's favor, and I don't think it's wrong or selfish to do that. As God's children, He wants to bless us, and He, you know, He doesn't give us everything that we want. I don't give my girls every single thing that they want, but I do take delight in seeing them happy and seeing them have joy. So I think God's the same way with us because we're His children. He's our Father. So if you can't do anything else, at least pray. But don't just pray. You gotta do some work too. So again, message 5 people and message at least 1 new person a day, and do those posts. And then the other thing was like time management. I think the power hour kind of helps with that a little bit. And you don't have to do your power hour all at once. You could do 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at lunch break, 15 minutes after the kids go to bed. You can break up your power hour. Or you can kind of do what I do and just kind of work all throughout the day. I have my phone with me and, oh, hey, I'll message this person, or hey, I'll post on Facebook, or hey, I'll post on Instagram, or hey, let me think about this, or whatever. While I was at the library today, I met a new mom, and so we started talking, and we both have girls, and so I said, oh my goodness, we should do a play date sometime. Here's my card, so you could give me a call. And she texted me her number, and you better believe that I'm going to try to set up a play date with her and establish a relationship with her. And at some point, I will say, hey, do you want to try the greens or a wrap, or would you ever think about being on my team? It'll work its way in there. So, you know, I didn't go out of my way to do that. I was at the library anyway with the girls for story time. So just work it into your life. And that's the beauty of it works, is that you get to do this business in a way that works for you. You can do a party every single night if you want. You can do online parties. You can do one-on-ones. You can have people over for a play date. You can talk to the grocery store person. Whatever works for you is how you get to run your business, which is awesome. And nobody tells you how much you have to work, or there's no quotas to meet or anything like that. It's totally up to you. And I love that. I love the freedom of that. And then somebody else asked about the encouraging stories of how long it takes to join. And of course, you're going to hear the stories of the girl that it took 9 days to go diamond. That's incredible. But not everybody goes diamond in 9 days. In fact, she's the only one who's ever gone diamond in 9 days. She did it, and that's ridiculous, but it was done. Mackenzie Schultz went double diamond in her first month. That's crazy. Ashley Hughes went ambassador in 7 months. She holds the record for that. So you're going to see all these people. Ashley Olive went from nothing to top 15 income earner in 1 year. it's crazy. You see the people who get to the top fast. You hear those stories because they're like incredible. What you don't hear so much is maybe stories like Erin Clark, who's here from Kansas City. And you know what? It took her a year to go diamond, and then another year to go double, and then another year to go triple, and then another year to go presidential. So 4 years to go presidential. But you know what? Were those 4 years worth it? Absolutely. Her and her husband are both retired from their jobs. They get to be a stay-at-home family. They get to hang out with their little girl all the time. That's amazing. But it was a long, hard 4 years. I'm sure she looked at other people and said, Ashley Hughes got there in 7 months. What's wrong with me? And that's the thing that we can't do. We can't compare. Comparison just destroys you, because then you're starting to look at other people and saying, well, they did it in this amount of time, or they got this or this or this. And then all you're doing is just focusing on that instead of what you can do. You can't control what they're doing. You can control what you're doing. Are you messaging 5 people a day? Are you asking 1 new person a day? Are you really actually working your business? Or are you just kind of playing around on Facebook and hoping that, you know, when you post, like 10 people respond and want to sign up as distributors? You can't do that. You have to ask people. And I know that's scary and sometimes, you know, yeah, but you just have to do it. You have to get over yourself. If you want that big paycheck, you have to do what that big paycheck requires. And, so don't compare. Just know that your journey is your journey. And, there are other stories out there of people who, you know, have taken longer to get there. I can't remember specifics, but I know I've listened to the Show Me the Money calls, and they have like the new presidentials or the new ambassadors share. And it's crazy because everybody comes from such a huge range of backgrounds. And, you know, one person will have been in it 6 months and be a presidential, or one person will have been in it 3 years and be a presidential. And they work their businesses differently and in different ways. And, so if you want to hear encouraging stories, I would go to your, to the It Works page and click on events, and then go to the calendar, and you can look back and listen to all the previous calls. They're called Show Me the Money calls, and they're on Monday nights, and Pam Souter always interviews people, and she does a really good job. And, they're usually about an hour long, so put it on, you know, while you're working, while you're making supper, whatever, and just listen to it and hear different stories of different people, and be encouraged and know that if they can do it, so can you. And that's the amazing thing about this, is that anyone can do this. Anyone can be successful. I know, I can't think of her name right now. I know that she's an African-American woman, but I can't think of her name, but she's in the top. And, you know, she was, she grew up in a crack house. And now she is a mom, and is in the top, you know, 100 earners. I know Chantel Lyons from here in the Kansas City area. When she started, she was working full-time and taking her master's classes, and she's in the top 100. There's so many stories of people who have made this work. And I know Rachel on the Better Together page, she posts usually once a day, usually in the night. She usually calls it Late Night Inspiration or Caught in the Adventure. And it's a story about, you know, a fellow teammate, usually, you know, a double diamond, triple diamond, presidential ambassador, and their story of how they got to the top. And just, it's encouraging to me to read those and know that so many different people are doing this, and they're doing it so many different ways, and that if they can do it, I can do it too. And I truly believe that someday I'm going to be on stage, and I'm going to get to share my story, and my story is going to be one of perseverance and hard work, and it's not going to be a sprint. It's going to be how I was there for the marathon, and I kept running, and I kept pushing, and I never gave up, and I never quit. And because of that, I got there. And you can't quit the race until you cross the finish line, and I haven't crossed the finish line yet, so I'm going to keep going. So there are stories out there. I'll try to find some specifics, but just be encouraged and know that I believe in you, and that I am so proud of you. And if you want like specific tips of what I do, I mean, I pretty much, I try to like and comment on people's posts on Facebook and build relationships. And I'm always asking people if they want to try our products or if they want to join the business. And I have to just get over myself, and I get scared sometimes too. Still, I get nervous, and I'm like, and then I push send. And and then it's good and out there in space and I can't take it back. But you just gotta, you just gotta open yourself up and go for it, and just push yourself past where you're at now. Do, one more thing that you haven't done. Send one more message today. Interact with one more person. Pray one more time. And see what happens. And I posted a countdown to conference that I want us to do, and it has 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing to do every single day. And really, if you're doing those things, it shouldn't take longer than 15 to 20 minutes if you are focused. Sometimes I lose my focus and I get distracted on Facebook and I'm liking people's posts and commenting, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta focus. So if you're really staying focused and, truly working, and working with intention, you can work this business pretty hard in a very short amount of time if you're intentional about it. So I just encourage you to focus and have your time when you're going to do stuff, or weave it in throughout the day, whatever works best for you. But I just want to encourage you to push hard and to keep believing. Remember why you started this business in the first place. Have that posted somewhere where you'll see it. Have your dream board posted somewhere where you're going to see it. I have my very first dream board, and then my dream board from last year, and then my dream board from this year, all in front of me right here where I see them every single day. And those remind me of why I'm doing this. Even when it's hard and I don't meet the goals at the time that I want or whatever. But I'm going to meet them, and I'm confident that you're going to meet yours too. So we have 10 more days in this month, and I posted a challenge to see, just for fun, who could sign the next distributor or 4 loyal customers. The next person to do that is going to win a prize, so make sure you check that out. And if you have questions or comments, or you want me to pray with you, shoot me a message. I would love to do a phone call with you, just to focus specifically on maybe what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, how you can improve, things that you can specifically do to work your business and reach your full potential. I did 3 of those this last week, and it was encouraging to me, and I learned some things too, and I grew. So I want to learn and grow together. So if you're interested in that, shoot me a personal message and we can get that set up. Otherwise, have an awesome, amazing, terrific Thursday, and let's do this.